Hello everyone, I am Karishma Gill and welcome to my channel. This is my first series of interviewing people who are being of service to not just for themselves, but to society and to the planet. So I have with me here Rania. Rania, please introduce yourself because I would love to hear what you're here to do. Please.
Hello everyone. My name is Rania Dagher and I come from the Middle East. Uh, I come from a mother who's who's Bahraini and a dad who's Lebanese.
That's what interested me so
Yes,
much.
it's a mixed culture that I come from, and not only that, it's just a mixed religion as well.
Yes.
Because my mom is a Muslim,
Yes.
my dad is Christian. So I was brought up in Bahrain until I finished my school time. Then half of my life I spent in Lebanon, university time, and that's when I started to work as well.
Yes. For those of you who don't know Rania very well, when I actually first saw her, this was literally about a month and a half ago, and she was giving a talk here at the Inner Space Center in Manchester, United Kingdom, and the Inner Space is part of the Brahma Kumaris
Right.
Meditation University. Am I right?
The world
The World
Spiritual
Spiritual University. My apologies.
Yeah.
And she was giving a talk about your life basically and how this has changed
How
your
to
life.
live outside the box.
How to live outside the box.
And the courage to change and transform.
And that's when it really struck a chord with me that I would love to allow a being like this to help and inspire people out there, and that's what we're here. So, Rania, please tell me how you got to this point as to where you were, your background, and how we're actually sitting here together. This is amazing. So, yeah, please go ahead.
So, when I finished my degree in communication arts in university, I started to work in a TV station as a news presenter.
Okay.
I trained to be so, and I was trained in Arabic language.
Okay.
And I just took off, and I worked as a TV presenter for 10 years.
Okay.
And 3 years in local stations in Lebanon, and then I moved on to international TV stations.
Was this something that you wanted to do, as in basically being an anchor person?
It's something I wanted. I wanted to do something serious, not like I wanted news because it was serious and politics, and I wasn't that type of who can play and be soft on television and with the artists. And I'm not that kind of person. I was just a bit very straightforward.
Okay.
And because I had that very good language in Arabic and the grammar and the way I speak was
grammatically correct. I would
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why I think they chose me, and they like the voice as well.
Okay.
So and then I did it. I didn't really love politics in particular because it was just a bit too much for me. And I was too young when I started. I was like 23 years old, and I was the youngest.
Were you mostly delivering political news then? Is that what it was?
This was news bulletin, the
Okay.
evening news bulletin of what's happening.
Okay, all right.
So then I went on, practice makes perfect, and I was really good in what I was doing and presenting news and speaking, not going out and reporting,
Absolutely.
just studio
Yes.
presenting. So I came to a point where after 10 years of doing this and being in that field,
Yeah.
of course you develop fame and name and,
Yes.
within your own region.
Yes,
but
of course.
Still,
I think the perks are absolutely amazing being in that field, really. So yeah.
So for a woman, it's kind of really interesting and really appealing and
A lot of attention, I'm sure. Because,
tempting.
yes.
Yeah.
A lot of
A lot of attention as well.
Yes. Because you become like a local celebrity for that matter.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like you're being watched all the time,
Yes.
and you're
Yes.
not free to do things. And not only that, it's just that people, and the negative side of it is that people see you for the way you look or the way what you're wearing today and how you wear and where you wear and with who you are, and all of these things that created tension for me because I'm a very honest and clear person, and I just want to, even in relationships,
I'm sure. Oh my God, I'm sure.
Yes. And so for men to come and for you to find a perfect man or a perfect relationship in your life was very hard because for some men, they just think that they are not up to your standard because you're in a place where you are exposed and
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
And
All
for
right.
some men, you just, it's not really easy to get, or they would just like you for the way you look, or because of what you are and what you're doing.
Right. Not for who you are inside.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And so the relationships for me were like a failure because of, I think partly because of what I was doing, and on another aspect is that presenting negative news of the world on a daily basis, that in itself is pain. It's
Yes.
painful.
How was that for you? That was something that struck
Yes.
me when you were presenting it for your talk.
Yes.
That struck me because we both know about vibrations,
Mm.
positive vibrations and the not positive vibrations.
Mm.
How was that starting to affect you at that time, seriously?
Oh yeah.
How sensitive were you getting?
I was very sensitive, and I'm still very sensitive to these energies and these vibrations. And the thing is, I was just suppressing and accumulating that pain with time.
Oh, wow.
Because
Okay.
being a TV presenter, you just have to be neutral, and you can't
Yes.
really give your opinion or react
Yes.
or even show it on your face. When you talk about hundreds of people died in an earthquake, or uh, I don't know, like tens of people killed in that explosion,
Right. Right.
or 5 people their heads was chopped off by, I don't know.
Yeah.
These things are like too much for me to handle, but I had to, because that was my job. I had to present, and and working with news. I mean, I have to really like read and prepare and edit the scripts and all of
Okay.
this. And I had to see some videos before they are shown on TV.
Of course.
Because back then it was not.
So you were basically experiencing it over and
Yes.
over again.
Yes, on a daily basis.
Up to the point till you delivered it. Absolutely. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you can imagine the amount of mental pain I was going
Oh
through.
wow.
And in a period of 10 years stretch, and I came to a point that I just couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't even speak anymore. After 10 minutes of speaking, I just feel something, I'm choked.
Wow.
So it was psychologically affecting me.
Okay.
So in the end, I decided to leave.
Okay.
Or take a break.
Was it a sudden decision, or was it like it was already accumulating to the point that you
was.
just could not move anymore?
Yeah, it was, and it was like an exit plan I did.
Okay.
And in a time of 1 year, I said I'm just gonna gather myself and do what I have to do and move out from even the country I was in. I was in Dubai back then.
Okay. Okay.
So that I know what next. And then what? I wasn't happy.
Yes.
I was the
Yes.
peak of my success work-wise.
Yes.
I had the fame, I had the name, friends, traveling, fashion, everything that I needed material.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. You had it all.
I had it all. But
externally.
I was not satisfied.
Yes. Yes.
And I was like, then what?
Then what? Yeah.
And every day I wake up, okay, and then what? I'm not happy. I'm not happy.
Yeah.
So that's when I thought, I just have to cut this source of pain.
Okay.
I'll just stop it.
Okay.
That's for the first step. I don't know where I'm going, what I'm going to do.
Right.
But I just need to do something about it. Remove myself from that, what's causing me pain. Okay. And at that time was the job I was in,
right.
The country I was in,
right.
This whole field, this atmosphere.
So you were sensitive towards the fact that the job, the news, was literally affecting you and your body.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Obviously, your mind as well.
Physically, yeah, of course. I had a lot of.
Yes. Yes. And then what did you do next? What were your next steps, basically? That was interesting, because I know I've been there, just where you are. So the next steps is usually the most pertinent and the most important. How was it for you?
So as you can see, that pain I was accumulating through the years, that caused a lot of anger, a lot of nervous breakdowns, a lot of irritation and frustration, and I wasn't happy, and it was really shown. It was seen, that I wasn't. I was always tense and tight.
Yes.
So then I had to leave, and that's when I moved to a place in Lebanon, which was beautiful in nature, and on a hill.
Okay.
And there was like a lot of green around me, and
so
Dubai is like no.
You moved back home, literally, in a way.
In a way, home for me, I just wanted to be surrounded by nature back then.
Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah,
that's what I wanted to be in touch with nature.
Okay.
And that was the source of my peace back then. And so I moved, and during that period of time, that's when I started to get some books to understand things I've never read about before. I never thought um, of that spiritual path or dimension
Okay.
before, you know.
Ever.
Yes, I was in touch in a way because
Okay.
I feel things before they happen. I feel
Yeah,
energies,
exactly.
of course,
Yes.
but I
Yes.
never really read about these things
Yeah.
or read experiences of people or read about it in words illustrated in that way.
I guess when we were talking earlier, it was like you were ready at that time, in a way to receive.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
So that's when I started to get books: The Law of Attraction, The
Yeah.
Secret,
Yeah.
and then The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari,
Oh, great book.
and then
Yeah.
the whole the Book of Secrets for Osho,
Yes.
and the Dalai Lama and the Gandhi. All of these spiritual or influential people
Yes.
that really made a difference in their lives and in people's lives.
Yes. Yes.
And that's when I thought, that's it. This is exactly what I'm looking for. You know,
Okay.
I wanted to reach that satisfied state of mind and that satisfaction within, not outside. And that's where I think the preparation started,
Yes. Yes.
initiation or preparation.
At that time, what was your network of family and friends like? Because you've literally just uprooted yourself from, well, I would say, a place that was familiar in a way, and then you've literally uprooted yourself, and now you're in nature. So, how was it for you at the time? Because you were literally just away. Were your friends around you? Was your family supportive? What was that like for you whilst you
Yes,
were doing this?
there were little friends of old friends around me back then, my sister as well. But back then, I just wanted to be alone and in solitude,
Yes.
and I didn't really care about what's going on outside.
Okay.
And the very little friends I had who really understand me and they don't really judge me or
That's
so
what
they were
that's what you
supportive in a
needed.
way.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So and in a time of 6 months, that what I used to read and read and read, used to sleep on a book. So it was like I was so hungry for that knowledge,
Okay.
for that kind of.
Yeah.
Uh, then I started meditating by myself,
Okay.
following the techniques of
Yes.
on a rose, on a candle, and I was
Right.
just trying to get in touch with that thing they call the metaphysical and that dimension that I wanted really to experience.
Yes. Yes.
And that really prepared me, but nothing was really happening as a profound experience yet
Okay.
that I was waiting for.
Right.
But it just put me in peace and made me feel that this
That's
quietness
good.
and the silence within me. And all of a sudden, one night at 2:30 in the morning, that's when I felt that something woke me up. I opened my eyes.
Right. Yeah.
And I looked at my hands because I just felt that this body is not me anymore.
Okay.
I just felt that I'm something much more than this body. I looked at my hands and I just feel them. They're so white and transparent and amazing, like angelic.
And you were not dreaming.
No. I was
Exactly.
opening my eyes and
Okay.
I put the light on and the light was so bright.
Right.
And even my vision was a bit blurred. It's a bit different. It's not anymore the same.
Right.
I was in that energy sphere. I don't know how to call it. It was in that. Back then, I didn't know the terms of.
Sure. Yes.
Now
Because
I
you
can put it
experience.
into
Yes.
words.
Yes. Yes.
So that feel, that bubble of just light and peace and just like you're having this feeling of ecstasy that
Yes.
it stays with you all the time.
Yeah.
It's not even like these goosebumps that you have for a few seconds and they go. No, they were there for all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like this, what's happening? This enormous energy, like, surrounding me. And
If you were to describe it, knowing the knowledge that you have right now, what do you feel that it was for you? Because now that you have the knowledge for it at that time, what did you feel it was for you?
it was a purely bodiless stage that I was in. It was a soul conscious stage. I was
Right.
conscious of myself for the first time that
Right.
I am soul, I'm a being of light
Yeah.
and not this body.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like when people say that they have an outside body experience,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
the same thing, but I was not really outside as much as I was in that body and realizing myself for the first time that I am a soul in that body, but I am not this person that I'm seeing. I was scared in a way.
Right.
That who is this?
Yes.
For the first time, I wasn't recognizing this.
Yeah. Yeah. That the meat, body, flesh thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that identity called Rania, or identity called the presenter, or the Lebanese, or the girl, or the boy,
the
whatever.
labels.
The labels.
Exactly.
For the first time, I was just beyond all of that.
Yeah.
And I was just a being who's so present in the now and here, and so much power,
Right.
so much alertness, and so much peace and bliss.
Yes.
I was in.
Yes. Yes.
And after a while, I was in that state, and then I had a feeling that I was not alone at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's when I felt that there was presence. There's a presence around me, and I had the feeling to grab a pen because I have this habit of writing.
Right. Okay.
And especially when I was a child, I used to write to God a lot.
Okay. So you have like a journal next to you or something?
Yes,
Okay.
I used to write a lot.
Okay, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had that. I grabbed the pen, but the pen was like my hands were very. There was an energy driving my hands.
Okay, so you're being guided in a way?
Yes, in a way. Yes.
Okay, all right.
So my pen was writing on a piece of paper. My child, you're blessed, and the handwriting was so big.
Right.
And it was so strong.
Yeah. It was definitely not from you.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And that's when I actually felt that feeling, or that what was happening, because I was scared.
Right.
Because I knew that it was my hand, but it wasn't me, and what's happening. So I tried to drop the pen, even if it was with hard. It was hard for me to do it.
Yeah.
And then when I started questioning, who are you? But not with a sound inside.
With
my
your
mind,
thoughts.
with the thought.
Yes.
Who are you? What is this?
Mm-hmm.
The feeling came that we. It's like we. It's not one person. It's even two, because my fingers went like this.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and then my finger went one finger as well. So it was two and then one.
Okay.
So then I realized, now after taking this path, I know what it meant by two, but we're not going to go into this now. But
That's fine.
The feeling that I had, it was God.
Yeah.
It was God and God's energy and God's presence and God's touching.
Right. Wow.
And then another thought came in, and it says, no tea, because I just felt that my tears were falling, and I could even feel them on my cheeks, because I wasn't feeling the body sensations anymore.
No, because you were more soul conscious than you were body conscious.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I was just absorbed in that bodiless state, and the tears were falling, and it was just like purification was happening. There's a lot of like shower, like my head. The feeling was like my head was open, and there's
energy,
energy, it's showering and flowing.
Oh, how wonderful!
Like, you know.
Oh, wow.
And that's when I felt the safety, because the energy of light and safe and
a lot
bliss,
of love. Yeah.
And love.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was so safe, and I was just there, in my place, on my bed, sitting, in the room and not in the room. I was just taken and absorbed in that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes.
That was beautiful.
And so it stayed, I think, for an hour or two. I don't know. I was even beyond time.
Right, exactly. I was going to ask you how long. Yes, you probably
so it was 2:30 in the morning that started. I found myself that the sunrise was there. I got up.
Yes.
And I just felt light when I was walking, and everything was so beautiful. But then the experience of that presence was fading.
Okay.
You know, I felt that it's not there anymore, but it left a beautiful feeling and a beautiful state of mind I was in.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then the journey started here. And then I was just left alone with this experience, and I didn't know what it was and what to do with it.
Yes. What would you do with it? Yeah. What would you do with it?
So then I started asking my mom, and I told my sister, and they wouldn't understand, because they would understand. They would believe me.
Sure.
But it's just that it's not their experience.
Sure. Yeah. Because it was specifically for you. Yeah.
So how can you explain the soul conscious state if you need to experience it, to feel it, to know it?
Yes, I completely understand where you're coming from.
Yeah. So then it just, after a while, I couldn't find an explanation. I couldn't find anyone to guide me.
So were you searching for an answer as to
Yes.
what was happening or what had happened to you?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
I was looking for that, and I was in pain again, and I just felt I was waiting every night. And
Okay.
I would wake up at that time and just
For it to
wait.
happen
Yes,
again.
and nothing was happening.
Okay.
But then many experiences had it, like while I'm driving, I just feel all of a sudden that, oops, I get a glimpse of it that I'm not the body anymore.
Okay.
Who's holding that? And I just feel that what's happening? Am I hallucinating? Is this
Right. Right.
so? These intervals, like, they come to me like.
So did you doubt what was happening? Were you positively aware that you had become soul conscious at that time? Were you even aware of these terms at all?
No, I wasn't aware of
Right.
anything.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And I was just observing what was happening.
Right.
And every time it comes to me, and the feeling of the soul conscious, and I'm not this body.
Yeah.
While I'm opening the door of my house, and then I just,
Yeah.
it comes to me, and then I get scared in a way, but then another feeling comes. This beautiful feeling of alertness and awareness that comes.
Okay.
It's for the first time I see myself, and I'm observing what I'm doing in the now.
Okay.
So that comes to me.
Then what did you do next? How did you proceed further with this?
Then I developed allergy.
Oh.
I red spots.
Okay. All right. And then wow. Okay.
Yeah. And then I went to
And you're not usually an allergic person to anything.
In a way, I am, but I never had this kind of intense
Okay.
allergy.
All right.
I went to the doctor, and they gave me medication, and I was on medication for like 2 weeks, and it didn't work.
Okay.
I was still there, the itching, and then they guided me to an alternative medicine doctor, and then he told me, he took a sample of my blood and he tested it, and
Yeah.
he said,
Yeah.
maybe you should follow a vegetarian diet for a while.
Right. Okay.
So you see, that's another thing. I was getting prepared without knowing.
Yes. Yes. Oh, I love these signs. Seriously.
Yeah.
I love
I
these.
used to follow a lot of signs, and so I started being vegetarian.
Okay.
And that doctor, back then, he told me when he was talking to me, your eyes remind me of someone. And I said, yeah, who? He said, she's a yogi. She goes to India. They used to have a center. They give meditation courses. I'm like, maybe that's the person I need to see.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then I told him, where is she? He said, she's not here, but when she comes, she always comes and see me, and I'll tell her about you. And that was gone.
Okay.
And then I knew from my friend that there's also a Reiki healer, and I didn't know anything about Reiki as well.
All right. Okay.
So I went to her.
Yeah.
And
was it for healing or just to have a chat or
to have a chat? That was my intention, to have
Okay.
a chat with her, because she feels the future, and she's a fortune reader
Okay.
as well.
All right.
Because she was connected in a way. She's very spiritual, very
Okay.
positive.
All right.
And the moment she saw me, she told me that the chakra, or this
Your crown chakra.
crown chakra is
Yeah.
very open.
Right.
She sees that I have a lot of light around me. That my life is gonna change 180 degrees.
Okay.
That was in March when I saw her. The experience happened to me in January. I saw her in March, and she told me in June it's gonna shift my life, and you're gonna meet a lot of women and people wearing white.
Okay.
And I'm like, back then I thought that I was going to open a boutique or a shop.
Oh gosh.
For women. Yeah.
Okay.
The clothes and everything. And
Okay.
then I told her, is it about a job I'm going to do? She
Okay.
said, no, nothing to do with the clothing.
Okay.
Or whatever.
Okay. That must have been cute and funny.
Yes. And then I said, okay, I just didn't understand. But
Right.
the feeling that I got from her, that my life is going to be so beautiful, I don't have to worry about anything.
Right.
And more things are going to happen.
So that must have given you a lot more anticipation as to
Yes.
what's to come.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay.
And then she did a Reiki session on me.
Sure,
To
yes.
open up my chakras. And
Yes.
I just felt so good with her, because
that's
her
great.
energy is so nice.
That's great.
I just felt that there was a connection, there was a link.
Okay.
Because she was spiritual. That's the people I want to
Be surrounded
Yes,
with?
that's what
Yes.
I wanted.
Yes.
Because I was alone. I didn't have any guidance as
Yes.
to what is
And
happening.
you were
to me.
searching. So
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So then, knowing what the doctor said about that yogi, and I was, and The other sign was the fortune reader, the
Yes.
Reiki teacher. And then in June, it
Yep.
was my birthday, 18th of June.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I get a call in the morning, and that was from the clinic of that doctor.
Oh, right.
So
Okay.
for me, that was the biggest sign. It was
Yeah.
a gift from God Himself.
Yeah.
He actually sent me the right person
Right.
for me to understand what was
You
happening.
must have been
and for me to
excited.
step in that
Yeah.
world,
Yeah.
that path.
Right.
Yes, I was so excited. He said she wants to see you, and I called her, and she says, I want to take your address. She said, I'm just 2 blocks away.
Oh,
She was just literally 2 blocks away from my home.
another sign right there. Right.
So anyway, I went to see her, and we met, and the moment we met, and she just started telling me about what this meditation is all about.
Okay. Okay.
I shared my experience with her. She shared her experience. It was very similar as well.
Okay.
And she gave me the course of the Raja Yoga meditation, which is basically it's includes 7 sessions.
Mhm.
First, who am I?
Yes.
Which was you're not the body, you're the soul. And
Yes.
for me, it was very easy because it was an experience I had.
Yes.
So it didn't took me long to actually believe what she was saying.
Right.
Or it was very easy to have. I mean, it was just an answer for my questions.
Correct, because you already experienced it. Yeah. Yeah.
And the second is who is God? That He's in the separate being. He's in a supreme soul that you can connect to with your mind,
Yes.
with thoughts, with feelings.
Yes.
And that was as well easy because I had the experience, that
Okay.
communication, that meeting that happened through the mind.
Yes, you did.
Yes.
Exactly.
And then the session of karma,
Okay.
and the law of actions,
Mhm.
and the cause and effect, and then the cycle of time, then the tree of life, and then the spiritual disciplines that makes you maintain your peace and your spiritual power.
Yeah. Yeah.
So all of these things that I related to so much, and at that time there was no meditation center in Lebanon.
Yeah.
And that's when we started doing it from my own house because I was living alone. So
Okay.
my place was used for that as well.
Right.
So that gave me a plus, and I really developed through time. And
So was she teaching you, or was this
Yeah.
basically right? So she was
I
teaching at the
teaching,
time.
and
Okay.
I was practicing on meditation and
Oh,
silence.
that's brilliant.
And reflecting and meditation commentaries, and the energy was amazing.
That's brilliant.
And the experience I had in meditation was the same experience I had at that night, 2:30 in the
That's
morning.
amazing.
I was just totally so conscious, and the connection in the meeting with God was so clear, was so close.
Yeah.
And the love, and
Yeah.
it's like a very old being that you miss so much.
Yeah.
And he just came again, and it's the first meeting that you've had since long with your father, with your mother, with
Oh,
your
yes.
spiritual parent. It's like the feeling for me was I was in amnesia and I was recovering my memory.
Yes, and it's in a way you found home, in a way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I've been there. It's beautiful. Oh,
Yeah.
that's wonderful.
And that was 6 years back, 2009, and then of course a lot of changes happened.
Yes.
Everything.
Naturally.
From the way I dressed, the way
Yeah.
I.
I'm sure even the way you ate food and
Oh,
drank
yeah,
water.
that's to start with.
Yeah, my gosh.
As I believe.
Yes, how did the meditation and the practices change your way of life from that moment onwards, basically? Because I'm a firm believer of vibrations, and everything has vibrations,
Oh,
even inanimate objects. So how was it for you at the time?
For me, I just not only understood that everything is energy and everything is vibration.
Yeah.
Because vibration and energy is
Yes.
practically the same.
Yes.
Word.
Yes.
So, and not only knowing that, I started to feel it
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
So, not only that I felt what was going to happen, because I had this gift before.
Mhm.
I just feel things and I dream of things and I get messages and signals.
Yeah.
They are stronger. They became stronger, and
Yes.
I was in touch with the present, the future, and the past all together. I was just aware of everything was
That's
happening.
amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I feel the energies of people, and I feel it's just that you develop the skill as well to know what's going on in your inner world, in your mind.
Yeah.
You're
Absolutely.
observing all the thoughts that are coming and going, all your past memories, all your past experience you've been through. You start to analyze, to filter, to understand why this happened.
Yes. what you did that led you up to this place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So not only inside the inside job that was going on all the time,
Mhm.
also on a physical level, the vegetarian food, I started to feel the energy of the food.
Yes.
So
Oh
you feel
wow.
what your body needs.
Yes.
So
Were
you
you
listen.
listening to your body?
Exactly.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
So and also the pain, the diseases that come, so
Mhm.
the illness, whatever. Like I have an indigestion problem
Yeah.
or acidity or
Yes.
all of this went. I mean, it disappeared with time.
I suppose because you were sensitive to what your body wanted.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
And all the tension because it was released,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's all mental. All the
Yeah.
diseases, physical diseases, are mental.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Yes.
when the mental is good, when the mind is good, and you're generating this peace within you, and it reaches every organ of the body and it heals it.
Because your body is really a
Yes.
vessel, and it's a vessel of light at the end of the day. So what you put into it needs to sort of match that energy, I would say.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
So
And not only that, not only food for the body, which is the right food to put in, also the sleeping hours.
yes,
Yeah, you
tell me
sleep.
about that. Yeah.
I used to sleep at 4 a.m. and wake up at 2 p.m.
Okay.
That was my lifestyle before.
Okay.
It's like it was upside down. And now
Right.
I sleep 9 or 10 p.m.
Yeah.
and I wake up at 4 a.m.
You and I are so alike.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I think it's okay. And at the beginning, you learn about these things,
Yeah.
from spiritual disciplines and
Yeah.
spiritual people who apply these things. But then it becomes part of you. It becomes that you know it.
Yeah.
You experience it because you
I
know
think you
it.
gravitate towards it.
Yeah.
Yes. When you initially hear about it from someone else,
Yes.
you find it a little bit, I wouldn't say odd, but it's like, wow,
Yeah.
can I actually do that? But then when you find yourself doing it, it's like an automatic, was it automatic for you? That you just go gravitating towards it?
It
Yeah.
was very natural, not with
Yeah.
force, not with I have to.
Yes,
It was
yes.
natural.
Yeah.
It just felt aligned with what the truth is.
Yes, yes,
Or
what
how
the
we-
truth is. Oh, I love that. Yes.
aligned with truth.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're either vibrating in a frequency with the truth is vibrating, or illusion,
Yes,
or the conditioning, the programming.
yes,
outside.
yes. So you were basically transcending.
So, yes.
Yeah.
That's the word.
Yeah.
Transcending. And so yeah, the sleeping hours. So the body is made of 5 elements, and the same elements of what nature is made of.
Yeah.
So if nature sleeps early, if
Mhm.
nature goes into that peaceful sleeping mode
Yes,
early,
yes, when the sun sets, literally.
Exactly.
Yeah,
This is where the body needs to rest
exactly.
and wakes up with the sunrise. So
Mhm.
that's the natural course of how
Yeah.
the body should be.
And that was happening very naturally for you.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
And not only sleeping and eating, and also the habits,
Yeah.
and the company
And
that
the
you
company,
keep.
yes.
And not only the people's company or the
Mhm.
people that you have common things with. I mean, if you're, it's like you basically spend time with more people who are vibrating on the same frequency.
Yes,
Because
yes.
otherwise you would sit with people, even if you talk about these things or share these things, they wouldn't be.
They wouldn't, I would say, I'm not going to use the word understand, but they can't resonate with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I would say the people that you were surrounding yourself with were more nourishing.
Right.
Yeah, they were more nourishing for you.
Yeah.
More supportive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, or else you help them, or you try to uplift them to that level
Yes.
of.
Yeah. How was that for
Level
you,
of truth.
basically? Because were you noticing company changing around you?
Yeah.
People changing around
It's
you?
just that I didn't find anything. Okay, the people or the friends that I used to have is like people I see when I used to party and
Sure.
go out and
Yeah.
unite with them. Most of my friends are like the nightlife. But then, of course, when I'm not going out anymore, and
Yeah.
if I cut this nightlife, I used to sleep early, so that means I don't get to see them anymore.
True.
So that's
Yes. Yes.
And then we don't have anything in common anymore, which
Mhm.
is like basically the habits are
Yes.
in common.
Yes. Yes.
So then slowly but surely you just find yourself isolated or away from them in a way.
Yes.
And that created a little bit of a challenge for me in the beginning.
Yes.
But then when they saw me with time, how
Yeah.
I'm transforming, how my
And you were happy.
yes,
Yeah. And
and
you
the
were happy.
peace that was around
Yes.
me, and the way even the way I speak, the way I move, the way I listen. I have more time to listen. I have more compassion.
Because you were present.
Yes,
Yeah,
totally.
you were present. Exactly.
So I just feel that not only it transformed me, it also transformed the atmosphere I was in and the people around me. It healed my relationships.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
Okay.
It got purified. The
Yeah.
relationship is not about. Uh, it's just about bringing benefits.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
And not to be friends in crime, let's say.
Oh no, I totally believe
Doing
that.
the wrong habits for the body and for your health and for your
Yeah.
spiritual.
How were your days significant then, basically, and how was it for you to be able to wake up and to basically make a better self for you at that time? Were you finding yourself like you wanted to do things differently? Please, I mean, I really was curious because I know our journeys are very similar, and I
Yes.
really want you to just explore that. So, how was it for you?
It's just that the moment I took the course of Raja Yoga meditation
Right.
and I knew about the Brahma Kumaris World Spiritual University, I just had the keen interest to just go straight to the headquarters in India and
Yeah.
meet all the people there who have been practicing this for long and who have been awakened on that truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just feel that I wanted to catch up on everything that I was missing.
Because
Where
you
was
felt,
I
yeah.
all these years?
Yes.
I just woke up and I just felt it was too late for me. I mean, where was I? I mean, they've been there for years and years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but then I understood that it was a time for everyone.
Yes, of course.
It's a journey, so it's in perfect order for everyone. So that's when I started to travel.
Okay.
I went to India and I met all the seniors there, and it was a lovely meeting. It was like if you're meeting with a family that was long lost and now found.
Right. Right.
And that place is very pure, and a lot of peace and love. And it's a non-profit organization. You just do things just to uplift the consciousness of human minds and
Absolutely. Yeah.
to bring peace and order to the world again.
Yes.
So that's exactly what I was looking at. Then I discovered that's what I was looking for.
Okay.
To actually make a difference in the world,
Right.
to change, to be someone who brings benefit,
Yeah.
and not for someone just to present the news and the negative
Yes.
and can't do any change, can't do anything about anything.
Right. Right. You just literally. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So that was the shift, like I really wanted to change. It's not about, okay, I wanted to bring peace to the world because I was in that bubble where there was peacelessness.
Yes.
Yeah, all the time. The negative, the wars and the arguments and the injustice and the violence. So
And now
I
you're in a
was ready
position to do something.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I also discovered that for me to do so, I just really need to find it within and
Yeah.
to do the transformation. That
Yes.
once I can't really go and share my experience unless I become it first.
I love that.
Yeah,
Yes.
I can't really tell someone do this and do that. You have to, unless I've experienced it myself and I've seen the benefit on me.
True. If you want the change, you've got to be the change.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that honesty, that transparency, that authenticity
Yes.
is very needed in the spiritual life. It's not has nothing to do with. It's not commercial. It's nothing physical. Either.
No, it isn't. It isn't. If you were to, and what happened then after India? Then did you travel a lot more after that?
Yes, because they have a lot of centers all over the world.
Yes, they do.
A lot
Yes,
of
they
hands
do.
are needed there.
Yes.
Like because we are all volunteers and they're all volunteers, and the more people they come in, and it's always good because it's like you add up the contribution of positivity.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So whatever speciality that you have, for example, people from media, people from different backgrounds,
Yeah.
And so I just felt that I was needed, and I just wanted to be a clear and clean instrument for God to use me.
Yes.
And that's all I was hoping for, just to maintain that purity so that God can actually use me as his instrument on earth.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I've been doing. I've been traveling like many times during the year. So the first headquarters is in India, then
Yes.
UK is the second. That's where I come every year. I stay for 2-3 months
Okay.
in one of the centers. So
And
last year I was
you're-
in Leicester, this
Oh.
time in Manchester.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay. That's really, really great. How have your days been basically right now when you wake up in the morning? Do you plan it? Do you allow God to guide you? What's your days like really?
It's actually when I sleep at 9 or 10 p.m., I wake up at 4 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
and I sit in meditation for half an hour or
Yeah.
45 minutes.
Sure.
And it's basically the meditation is connecting the mind to God, remembering God, meaning to just prepare myself and open my heart to have a heart-to-heart conversation,
Oh yes.
like,
Yeah.
and just be there for Him to do the job on me.
Yeah. Yes.
Purification.
Because we're the instrument.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just like a flower, you know,
Mhm.
that needs the sun and water every morning.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing, you just open up to this light, to this mind, to this power to come in and fill you with that energy.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
And then we have a class, a morning class.
Yes.
Which is at 6 or 6:30 in the
Are
morning.
you running these classes whilst you're here at the moment in the UK?
The classes happen for those who are residents or who are in the center. They
Yeah.
give a morning session, and in this session, it's all about reminding you of your virtues, of your powers, of your values, of what you have to do, and the service that you need to do.
Okay.
It's just like food for the mind, a
Yes,
reminder.
right.
Every day you need that light
Oh yes, yes.
and water of this knowledge.
You're giving to yourself so you can
Yes.
give to others as well.
Yes. Because the mind is very slippery. It's like
Oh
a little
yeah.
child. You know?
Yes, it
You
is.
always need to guide it again and again and
Yes.
again.
Yes.
So that these kinds of 1 hour of these beautiful, we call it music for the soul.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the way you describe
It's
that.
very beautiful words that really feed the soul with power and love and refreshment.
That's amazing.
And then during the day, sometimes 11 in the morning, some students who have taken the course, they come to revise.
Okay.
And that's when I come and help and I give the revision. And then in the evening, we have, I give the course of Raja Yoga.
Mhm. That's the
course.
basic course at the center
Yes,
office, yes.
And sometimes
Yes.
we just have once in a week we have talks.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the course, but
Yeah.
people who just want to come once a week.
Yes.
Talks of like positive thinking.
Which is
anger
where I
management,
saw you for the first time. So
Yeah.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
or stress-free living, or
Yeah.
any kind of topic. But basically, it all talks about who you are, the being inside, and
Yes.
to awaken the inner potential that you have.
And the way to live a positive life, really.
Yes.
Yeah. So would you say your life right now is completely being of service and
Yes.
loving it completely?
Oh yes, because there's nothing more, or there's nothing nicer and better than giving without return.
Oh yeah.
This unconditional giving, that's unconditional love.
Yes.
That when you do something like that, especially when you see the benefit that, or the transformation that's happening,
Yeah.
that the other party, you just feel that you're rewarded already. You know.
Yes.
You
Oh, I
got
know
your
the feeling.
reward. It's an amazing gift.
Absolutely, absolutely. How, when you go to bed at night, basically, how do you feel? Like, how do you feel?
I feel, of course, I have my times as well because we always go through challenges. We're
Of
still
course.
human beings. We still
Of
have our
course.
weaknesses to deal with.
Yeah.
A lot of inner conflicts and fears that are there from
Yes.
past lives or past.
Yes, yes.
So you
naturally.
always have these feelings, and you just have it's a continuous work that you have to do with it. But yes, most of the times, so whenever I do the service during the day, whatever you feel in the night before you go to sleep, what determines that is actually what you did during the day.
Yes.
So
You're right.
So that's why it's very important to serve
Yes.
and to spend your time in a very worthy way.
Mm-hmm.
So to spend your time, even to use the body and your time and all your treasures that you have to use it in a worthwhile way. This is when
Absolutely.
you feel good and you feel you just fulfilled your responsibility towards yourself, towards the world, and
even towards God, I would
towards
say.
God. Because
Yes.
eventually, but God doesn't need anything from us because
No.
He's perfect and full in His
Yes,
being.
yes.
He just wants us to be happy
Absolutely.
and to live.
And to spread that happiness, I would say, in a way. I think it's also rewarding. Like, I know exactly what you're talking about. When I'm doing my workshops with these women, the reward, I'm not just doing it just to get the money or to get recognition. Sometimes you'd be surprised when they come up with their own analogies and their own knowledge, and you realize the knowledge that was given through you has been passed on. And it's beautiful to see how the student becomes the teacher at that time. It's beautiful.
Yes.
I'm sure you see this
Oh,
as
yes.
well.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. It's not only them that are getting uplifted.
Yes.
You are. It's
Yes.
uplifting for you.
Yes, yes. So it's a beautiful experience.
Yes. Because
Yeah.
talking about it brings you up to that level
Yes.
and puts you in that frequency,
Yeah.
and you put the other one on the same. So it's just a practice of being that, you know.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you so
Karishma.
much. Thank you
It was
so much.
lovely to meet you.
No, it was fantastic to. I'm so glad that you made time for me today.
Oh,
I'm
thank
so,
you
so
for coming
grateful.
and for giving me the opportunity to
Thank
share
you.
my experience.
No, seriously, all of you, seriously, it's been such an amazing experience with Rania today, and I really hope that I'll see you really, really soon. Thank you again, Rania, for
you,
your
Karishma.
time, for your space, and for your energy.
Oh, thank you, God.
Thank you, God,
Thank you.
seriously. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you.